Hi all. I'm going to showcase the difference between relative date filter in Tableau and Power BI. So let's go back to Tableau first. So let's create a new sheet here. So when you use order date, we are going to get the year of order date by default in Tableau. And let's say I'm going to drop year of order date and I'm going to showcase month wise. So I do have month wise, year wise sales report here. Let's say I'm going to pull sales. So if you want to apply relative date filter in Tableau, so just drag and drop order date into filters, and you have an option to go for relative dates and range of dates. So just double click on relative date, and this is one of the flexibility we do have in Tableau where you can select range of dates and relative dates. First, let's go for relative dates here. So you can select across year level or quarter or month or weeks or days. So let's say if you want to fetch only the current year information, you can select this year and showcase the filter. And if you want to go for previous year, select previous year. You're going to get 2019 here. So, or if you want to fetch like last 3 years of sales or last 4 years of sales, you can select straight away. So this is direct option where you can select, or you can display last 4 years of data or last 3 years of data. So this is more flexible across year wise or quarter wise, last 4 quarters. So if you want to validate, you have an option to go for drill down. So you can drill down to quarter level. So you are getting like last 4 quarters. Okay. Or if you want to check the data across month level, you can showcase the data across month, across week, across day level as well. So this is what one of the flexibility we do have with relative date filter. So select year, this year or previous year across year level, or you can go back to year level, or you can showcase last 3 years of sales. So this is what one of the flexibility in Tableau. I'm going to showcase the same in Power BI as well. So let's create a basic report here. Let's say I want to showcase a subcategory wise sales report. And the font, it's a default font. Let me increase the size. You can also apply the filter across page level or all pages or visualization level as well. But I'm going to use the slicer. Just make use of slicer. Oh, sorry. Control Z, go back, and let's select slicer, and I'm going to drop order date here. So you can make use of order date into slicer. And whatever the functionality we have seen in Tableau, so let me showcase the same. Go back to formatting. Let's increase the size. You can simply type in size, okay, search for size, and you can increase the size of the text. So let's go back to Tableau, and as I said, we have an option, right? So you can click on this drop down, so edit filter, and you have an option to go for range of dates, start date, end date. Similarly in Power BI, so you can click on this drop down, you have an option called as between. So that's a between operator where you have an option to go for start date and end date. You can select start date, and this is also more flexible in Power BI, where if you want to select year or particular month, yes, you can select a particular month and click on this drop down, and you can select the month. And here also the same. This is also, it's flexible in Power BI for year, but when it comes to like Tableau, so yes, this is also let me showcase that. So let's go for range of dates, click OK, and when you click on this drop down, you don't get a drop down for a year, but you can type in. Let's say I want to type in 2019, you can type in, but for month you are going to get the drop down. So click on this drop down, and if you want to select a specific month, you can select here in Tableau. But go back to Power BI. So yes, you have as I said, yes, it's the same for in Tableau and Power BI, but for year you have a drop down where you can select a specific year. This is more flexible in when it comes to like Power BI. So this is the like range of dates. You have an option. That's the option we do called as between operator, and we have before and after. So when you select before, it's something like end date. Go back to Tableau, so you can see we do have you can see, let's edit the filter. So you have an end date where you can select the maximum date, or we can see here you can select the maximum date. You can set the maximum date here, and in Power BI it's like before. And if you want to go for the start date, you can select after this specific date. That's what the same in Tableau, like we have a start date. So click on this drop down and you have an option to go for start date, so you can select a start date. So that's the same here. So you have between, it's a range of dates. Before, it's an end date. After, it's a start date when you compare with Tableau. And we have an option called as list of values. This column is like order dates, like, but by default we used relate to date or range of dates. But we do have a list of dates where you can showcase the list of individual dates, and you can select whatever the date you want. So you're also going to get the list of dates. And we have relate to dates. So that's what we have seen in Tableau. So we have relate to date, and uh, let's say I'm going to use format. If that works fine, let's see. Or else, like, yeah, again we need to go back to format, size. So let's go for size, and the numeric inputs, let's increase the size. So now, if you want to select last 1 year, you need to select this particular drop down to select a specific level. If you want to go for current year or previous year or last year, you can make use of this particular option. So last 1 year. So this is based on calendar, like last 1 year. And this the last one is nothing but previous year, but you need to go for this year to display current year. That's the same in Tableau, where whenever you are going to use relate to date, go back to relate to dates. You have an option called as years, and you can see this year, correct? And in Power BI, so if you want to select a specific level like this month, right, or this week, or this day, okay? Or let's go back to last, and you have an option to go for calendars, right? You can see calendar. So the difference between calendar is like last shows its proper naming convention like previous year, but when you select years in Power BI, it takes current date. Based on current date, it is going to display the last 1 year, okay, from today to 1 year data, previous exactly 1 year data. That's what the difference between years and calendar, years of calendar. So you can make use of this particular functionality called as relate to date. You can click on this drop down. You can see relate to date option has given in Power BI. And you can also go for relate to time. They have given this option in the latest versions where you can go for across hours or minutes. Yes, that's a functionality they have given in Power BI across hour level as well. So that is the difference between relative date or range of dates in both like Tableau and Power BI. I hope you understand, and this particular video helps a lot when it comes like relative dates or range of dates in both Tableau and Power BI. Thanks a lot for watching, and please do subscribe for more videos.